so I'm taking a quick break. I actually sent my 5-year-old up to the house to grab me a hair tie, but she happened to never come back, and so she got distracted watching a movie with her sister. So I went up to the house to grab a hair tie, and I ended up bringing my husband back with me to kind of show him the work that I've been doing with our daughter. And I brought him along too to kind of explain to you some of the stuff that we've been using, because he is more of the expert on this stuff than I am. So take it away, babe.
I'm sure people will ask what kind of pots we're using, because people usually care about that kind of stuff. These are root pouches, and I didn't actually even buy these. We were blessed. I had a cousin that was moving out of state, and he had a whole mess of these things that he used to garden, and he didn't want to take too much stuff with him, so he gave us a whole bunch of them. And these are 5-gallon. They breathe, so that's nice. And also the fact that supposedly they air root prune, so when the roots go through the mesh bag and poke out the other side, they prune off, and then the root will do like a fork, so you get a better root system. I don't really know if that works or not. We have had some of them where they stay in one spot for a long time, and like with trees in them and stuff, and whenever we move them, they were rooted into the ground, so roots can go through them with enough time and a vigorous enough plant. But yeah, we like them a lot, especially when they're free. And the dirt that Sarah's using is actually, we have a couple of sections on our property that is looks to be like an old spot where they used to have hay and stuff, so it's just composted down. That's our dog coming in and shaking for us. And yeah, it's like super rich black dirt. It's, filled with worms, just like perfect compost. So we have a lot of plans for these sections. We're actually not going to leave them in the field. We're going to, make raised beds up by the house. We were talking about she's going to go around and gather up stones to make like the walls of the raised beds, and then I'll just scoop this up with the tractor and fill it up. And yeah, so exciting stuff. We're trying to use what's on the land and save money, but also we have 40 acres, so there's a lot of resources on here. There's no reason to go spend money whenever you already have it. So yeah.
All right, hope y'all learned something, and you get to watch some more of me planting plants. Well, I'm officially done planting the 25 different plants that I bought. There is an assortment of vegetables and herbs. I'm a big herbs person when I do cook, so I like having those fresh versus dried. But of course, tomatoes, cucumbers, an assortment of peppers, sage, rosemary, basil, peppermint, things like that. There's a whole bunch of different plants. But I'm pretty excited about it. This is basically going to be kind of an experimental year for us, because we've obviously never grown anything in Oklahoma before. We've had several gardens over the years in Florida. We had like kind of the traditional, in the ground garden that was quite large that we did with my father-in-law. And then of course we had our microgreens farm that we had at our last property. And we also at our last property had like a hydroponics, aquaponics kind of thing set up for like all our greens and everything like that. That was for personal consumption. But so we've had a wide variety of farm or gardening experiences, but this is definitely going to be a first for us. We did do containers because we are not 100% familiar with the soil / clay around here. And also, as my husband said in the beginning of the video, there's certain parts on our property that are really rich with like basically compost from the years and years and years that they've put hay on this property. There's certain parts of our property that you can literally see that are built up because they would put cattle through this property for, from what I understand, about 40 years. And they have different spots around the property that are kind of like little hills that you can see that's where the hay used to just be stacked over and over and over again. So over the years, it's created an absolutely incredible compost. So I'm really excited to actually kind of dig up some more of those piles and make them into raised beds up closer to where the camper is. But so we're using what we got on the land. We're using the blessings with the pots that we got from JT's cousin. So we'll see how the plants do. Hopefully we get some fruits and veggies out of them. But like I said, this is an experiment year, but it's something I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for something to have to do with the kids. I know they love planting and gardening, so this will be a lot of fun for them as well too. But like I said, we'll see.